and welcome to the weekend edition of National Focus. I'm Tasia Floissac. Coming up, government has increased the mortgage interest allowance by an additional $10,000. The Ministry of Health is broadening its human resource capacity and will bring you scenes from the Adult Education Division's summer class exhibition. Stay tuned for details of these and other stories after this.
A lot of bathtubs are blamed for bruises. Some staircases are accused of being responsible for broken bones. Doors are occasionally viewed suspiciously as causing lesions. A high percentage of tables are accused of producing bleeding or trauma. Violence against women is a crime, and it's everyone's responsibility. It's inexcusable. If you're a victim or witness of physical or psychological violence or abuse, seek help and denounce the perpetrator.
Thanks for staying with us. The Ministry of Health is reporting that it is committed to training staff to deliver the best health care to patients. The Honorable Minister for Health, Julius Timothy, says the ministry has undertaken a number of training initiatives designed to deliver quality service.
Even with the best of infrastructure and equipment, the healthcare system can only function and deliver services through its human resource capacity. The Ministry of Health is committed to the training of staff, creating new positions where necessary, and working with interns and overseas professionals. The Ministry of Health has facilitated the training of 5 medical doctors in various specialist fields, including oncology, orthopedic surgery, infectious disease, epidemiology, and internal medicine.
The Honorable Minister says this will allow Dominicans to enjoy better health care for a fraction of the cost were they to receive treatment overseas.
Government-assisted training of nurses in several specialized graduate and postgraduate areas, including critical care nursing, family nurse practitioner, community health nursing, operating theater nursing, laboratory, and counseling. 22 nurses completed training with certificates in midwifery. A vascular surgeon has been inserting fistulas for dialysis patients at half the cost that they would pay overseas. Adult and pediatric cardiologists are providing services to patients with heart problems. The Ministry of Health also benefited from the employment of 27 interns from the National Employment Program in the areas of dental health, optometry, biomedical technology, ICT, nutrition, public health, laboratory, environmental health, and vector control, among others.
The Honorable Minister says the Princess Margaret Hospital's medical specialists have been able to expand their services through specialist clinics at the primary healthcare level. Additionally, a pharmacy training process has begun at the Dominica State College. The government, which coined the term housing revolution, is introducing yet another initiative designed to improve the island's housing stock, this time through taxes. Currently, homeowners who should be paying up to $15,000 in mortgage interest per annum are enjoying a mortgage interest allowance. Come January 1st, 2015, homeowners with heavier tax burdens will also enjoy that exemption. The Honorable Finance Minister, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, announced in the 2014-2015 national budget that mortgage interest allowance will be increased from $15,000 to $25,000 per annum. This means that mortgage holders due to be up to $25,000 in mortgage interest will not be required to do so. Honorable Skerritt explained that the majority of mortgage holders, new and existing, would benefit from this policy. He stated, quote, "By our estimate, this policy will directly impact a significant number of people who currently pay mortgage interest in excess of $15,000 per year. Importantly, we hope that it will serve as an encouragement for more people to construct houses, as well as to be in a position to do repairs and other works that will improve the overall housing stock." End of quote. This new component of the Housing Revolution program will complement several others designed to make life easier for Dominicans seeking comfortable and affordable housing. Government has provided loans at interest rates lower than the going market rate to certain categories of low to middle income earners. Also, land has been sold to squatters at $1 per square foot. This is in addition to providing direct assistance to the disadvantaged people who would not otherwise be able to repair their homes. And in more news, the newly elected chairman of the Petite Soufrière Saint-Sauveur Village Council, Kimani Murilon, is advocating for community development. At the 15th inaugural meeting of the Village Council on Wednesday, he said every member of the community has their part to play in building their communities.
We have often heard these utterances, Council pas qu'à travail. But what do we expect? This small body can only do its share of community building. As a community, we must work closely with the council to ensure its growth. Community building should not only be done on Community Day of Service, but all year round. Can 8 people build a community? No. It takes hard work from every community member, and yes, making your yearly contributions towards house rates. Trust me, it will go a long way in helping us achieve our set goals.
He aims to deliver all incomplete projects during this leadership. He listed a number of projects that the new council will seek to undertake.
Proper garbage disposal and community beautification is top priority for this council. By the next 3 years, we aim to undertake as many new projects as possible. Some of these include the construction of a washroom facility at Saint-Sauveur, located in an area accessible to the fisher folk, fish buyers, and visitors to the community. A bus shelter at Saint-Sauveur. For too long, we have been standing in the sun and rain while awaiting a vehicle to take us to our varied destinations. The upgrading of the Glow Kool bathroom, where most of our people of Shore and surroundings take our baths when there is a such shortage of water. To date, it is surrounded by some used galvanized. An uplift to this will protect us from passerbys.
The 8-member council comprises Kimani Murilon, Julia Winston, Leroy Francis Florin, Solomon Durand, Thomas Gregoire, Jeffrey Joseph, Raphael Thomas, and Nethelia Durand. The Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt and other members of cabinet were also in attendance. In other news, thanks to the relentless efforts of the Dominica Labour Party administration, over 300 Dominicans now own their own homes. This is according to the Honorable Minister for Housing, Reginald Austri, in his address to Parliament last month.
Outside of the National Employment Program, Madam Speaker, I see the Housing Revolution as another flagship project, Madam Speaker, implemented by the Dominica Labour Party government, Madam Speaker. To date, Madam Speaker, we have regularized 313 Dominicans, Madam Speaker, have been given an opportunity to own their own land at $1 a square foot.
The Honorable Minister for Housing noted that the government of Dominica has not only made housing lots more affordable, but has built comfortable houses for scores of citizens who are unable to meet that need themselves.
The government has made housing lots affordable for the people of this country, Madam Speaker. And so, Madam Speaker, 318 lots were allocated, Madam Speaker, over a 5-year period, including 40 from 2013 2014, Madam Speaker. Houses, Madam Speaker, in the Carib territory. We just handed over, Honorable Grano, the last 6 houses under the Chinese housing program, Madam Speaker. The last 6 out of 27, plus those under the Venezuelan program, Madam Speaker, plus those in Bellevue, Chopin, Madam Speaker, in Hillsborough Gardens, Madam Speaker, in Portsmouth, in Chance, Madam Speaker, the Petro Casas, Madam Speaker, 40 to the people of Grand Bay, Roseau-North, Trafalgar, Chance, Madam Speaker, free of charge. Free of charge.
According to the minister, 87 washrooms have already been built through the sanitation aspect of the Housing Revolution program created by the Roosevelt Skerrit-led government of Dominica.
916 families, Madam Speaker, have benefited under the Housing Revolution, costing this government, Madam Speaker, over $25 million, Madam Speaker, to assist the poor people of this country to put a decent roof over their heads, Madam Speaker, and to put a decent washroom in the house, Madam Speaker. And I can say to you, Madam Speaker, that since the announcement of the Prime Minister of the washroom program, 87 washrooms have been built, Madam Speaker. 87 washrooms have been built under the initiative announced by the leader of the Dominican Labour Party, Minister of Finance, Roosevelt Skerrit. And I can say to them, Madam Speaker, that there is money in this year budget for the continuation and the expansion of that program, Madam Speaker, because we see it as important. And Madam Speaker, what about it is, you're talking about replacing pit latrines, but what about the people who never had a latrine now? There are some people who never had that, okay? And they have to be provided for in this budget, Honorable McIntyre, to ensure that our people can live in some decency and some dignity.
It's been 10 years since the Ministry of Social Services Adult Education Division has been educating aspiring adults year-round and especially during the summer. This week, the division ended 7 weeks of summer classes and showcased the work of newly skilled adults in several and varied trades. On Friday, downstairs government headquarters, an array of clothing, food, home decor items, and others were on display while the artist stood proudly by. 23 classes took place across the island throughout the summer. Men and women learned electricity, plumbing, flower arrangement, West Indian cooking, sewing, pastry making, smock cushioning, tiling, guitar, cake decorating, among others. Francisca Joseph has been working with the Adult Education Division since 1992 and was well able to discuss the division's national influence.
We're even having more of an impact on the lives of residents and the various communities. In fact, persons who before would tell you that adult education is just for persons who cannot read and write, now they see differently that we do skills, we do continuing education, which is CXC subjects as well, and persons we do capacity building and parenting training programs. So it's not just for persons who are unable to read and write, but we have branched out to a number of different areas.
Barbara Paul took the pastry making class.
We made breadfruit pie, we made sausage rolls, we made pizza, and breadfruit pizza as well, and we made quiche with vegetable, that is vegetable quiche, and also tuna quiche. And we made some others that I cannot remember often, you know, off my head. I feel motivated that I did something, you know, and then I can really, you know, do at my home whenever we have a little party or whatever, we have a little get together, I can, you know, try my hands at certain things. And even, you never know, maybe if I want to do something for myself in future that I know how to do certain little, you know, pastries and stuff. So it was very, very good.
Jude Bellot, who usually works with the division as an instructor, learned the intricacies of making smock cushions while teaching the pastry making class.
I think we need to have more skill. It's true to have academics, but skill is important. And if you can do things with your hand, you have a skill, it will help. You can pull in $1, not there and now, you know. So I like it. I look forward to summer to do programs with adult education, for real. Even though I'm not tutoring a class, I like to go to classes. I did electricity last year too.
The Adult Education Division has come a long way since initiating the summer program.
8 years ago, we couldn't offer classes to the other persons in the districts because of the lack of resources. But now we are able to send out the summer programs all over the island. A few years ago, we had only Roseau as a center, but now we decentralized a number of the programs. In fact, all 7 zones are programs for the summer.
Already, the division's next summer program is almost fully planned, and according to Katharina,
I will tell them, don't hesitate. You may not have the ability or the skill right now, but just sign up. The tutors are very patient and understanding, and they are quick to help anybody who wants to learn anything. And even though you are advanced, you can still come. We accept on-the-spot training as well. I think you should sign up. Don't wait for next year. You can go in now and give your name. They will accept you.
Before we leave, an announcement from the Ministry of Finance. The government of the Commonwealth of Dominica, through the Ministry of Finance, invites proposals from suitably qualified persons or firms for the installation of 8 central aircon diffusers in the offices of the Ministry of Legal Affairs on the 3rd floor of the Financial Center. Said works entail the following: the removal of 8 surplus diffusers from offices of the Dominica Medical Board located on the 2nd floor of the Financial Center, the relocation of same to the offices of the Ministry of Legal Affairs, and the provision of all materials including flexible ducting required for the successful completion of above works. Proposals should be submitted to the Financial Secretary in the Ministry of Finance, located on the 5th floor of the Financial Center, Kennedy Avenue, Roseau. Now for a recap of this week's headline stories with Nisha Charles.
Welcome to this week's edition of Flashback. In the headlines this week, on Monday, government signed 2 tourism development projects to be undertaken to enhance the tourism product on island. The first phase of the Roseau River Promenade and an enhancement to the T2 Gorge facility. The 2 projects totaled over $800,000. A 10-man team from the People's Republic of China has left over $1 million worth of eye care equipment to be used at the eye care clinic and operating theatre at the Princess Margaret Hospital. The team was in Dominica performing cataract surgery for over 80 Dominicans. 45 women are currently engaged under the National Employment Program in the Gland Fork constituency as a means of empowering the women in those communities. The Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt made that announcement at the 25th inaugural meeting of the Grand Fork Village Council last Thursday. Also this week, the Honorable Tourism Minister Ian Douglas says that ecotourism and community development are creating meaningful employment opportunities for young people. He mentioned a number of community projects throughout the island which aim to help villagers take responsibility and manage the facilities while gaining an income. Hundreds of students attended the orientation for the new academic year at the Dominica State College earlier this week. President of the Dominica State College, Dr. Donald Peters, admonished students to be responsible for their course of education. The college currently has 1,800 students enrolled. And over $22 million worth of confiscated drugs in the form of crack cocaine and marijuana were disposed of by the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force. Public Relations Officer Inspector Claude Weeks said this reflects the determination of the Dominica Police Force. And those were the headline stories which made the news this week. Back to you, Tasia.
Thanks, Nisha. And that's the English news. McPherson St. Luce is next with the Creole highlights.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non moi, c'est McPherson St. Louis. Premièrement, National Employment Program qui fait provision, support pour étudiants à St. Joseph. Parole celle-là sortie du Parlement. Honorable Calvert Darrow.
Ça c'est un programme gouvernemental tous les 6 semaines. Et bien, ça nous a fait ces enfants-là qui ont Dominica State College et puis BTC, ils ont besoin d'assistance. Ils ont pour tuition, pour transportation et puis assistance comme ça. So ça nous a fait, nous a point ces noms ces enfants-là qui ont college et puis BTC. Et puis l'école commence en septembre. Nous avons une assistance pour tuition et puis pour exam fees et puis ça. So ça c'est un bon investment que le gouvernement a fait. Et puis c'est jeunes monde yo aimé ça et bien yo a dit merci bon Dieu pour le gouvernement Labour qui a fait ça.
Honorable Jarrell aussi fait parole comment il bien satisfait travailler comme membre parlement pour Saint-Joseph.
Les mettez venir en hot politics. Focusement c'est human resource development. Et puis moi satisfait moi fait ça. Puis éducation était en top priority pour moi. Et vraiment fin bité pour l'éducation en hot constituency là. Si vous allez marcher hot constituency toutes ces écoles hot constituency Saint-Joe, you receive assistance. Students qui à l'école, you receive assistance. Nous faisons programmes pour scholarships by you. Et bien nous avons sac, nous avons livres, nous avons tout big thing you besoin pour aller à l'école. So pour moi bon cohort education et bien money much more pour faire. Et puis l'élection qui est mon hot Saint-Joe constituency, yo qui ba moi une chance pour continuer travail là, moi commencer.
D'autres nouvelles, ça fait mitigation des astres autant important pour pays. Parole ça là sorti votre officier programme ODM, ça c'est l'office qui a responsabilité pour des astres Dominique Steve Joseph, au ligne de workshop des astres qui prend place en Dominique Semaine là.
Ça important pour tout le monde. Monde qui a différents business, ça est important pour eux. Enfants l'école, ça est important pour eux. Madame, mon communauté, c'est pas un bagage gouvernement seulement. Tout peuple n'est pour voir bagage des as comme bagage qui bien important. Comme ça, nous déjà parlé contre monde pour développer un plan familial pour eux savent ça pour faire. Si nous avons un cyclone qui a affecté Dominique. Ou la shelter yoye, ou la kai la officiel kai yosa aller pour passer cyclone là. Ou la yo ke passer, route la yo ke passer. Ça nous a créé evacuation route. Eh ben nous a parlé contre ça nous a créé early warning system. Comme ça, toutes ces bagages ça là, c'est bien important. Mais document conduit ça là pour pays là. C'est pas en pour Dominique. Il y a différentes organisations qui travaillent avec Dominique. Nous avons parlé de CIDEMA, UNDP, UNISDR, avec DPECO. Mettez un document comme ça, n'importe agency locale, nationale et même régionale qui veut travailler à Dominique. Nous avons un roadmap. Ça nous a créé un roadmap pour faire intervention. En bagaille des as. Comme ça, aujourd'hui là, c'est bien important pour nous. Nous avons une bonne cross-section Dominique là, qui a discuté. Et bien, nous avons les jours finis, nous avons des recommandations qui allaient à ce document là pour faire un final document qui le gouvernement qui a approuvé pour Dominique.
La nouvelle président State College Dominique, Dr. Donald Peters, qui a complimenté étudiants qui fait autant bien en examination CXC l'année salam et puis il a montré collège. Dr. Peters fait parole cela pendant la cérémonie orientation qui prend place en collège la l'année. Président Peters qui a assisté étudiants là pour prendre éducation à eux bien sérieux et puis tient responsabilité pour éducation à eux. Peters expliquait bien clair ça est vraiment pour un étudiant collège. Et puis assisté étudiants là pour faire autant de recherche pour y taper succès en ça yo ka étudier. Yon bagay qui était autant significant aussi si le Dr. Peters, c'est ça, étudier qui tient responsabilité pour manière yo conduire correct. Il dit que le collège là pas ni place pour violence et puis yo ni l'occasion pour adresser étudiants qui ont expérimenté difficultés. Finalement, compagnie d'eau de Wasco, qui a appuyé à ce public là pour conserver de l'eau. Parole cela, sorti votre officier relations publiques pour compagnie cela, Edward Regis.
Autant nous avons qui Dominique a fait comme si dit nous ni glou avec glou, nous a gaspillé glou, nous pas obligé faire rien pour conserver glou. Mais commission a avoué c'est ça, il y a un pile pays, tout on la terre avec un Caraïbe là aussi. On a monté plein glou et à présent il y a pas ni glou encore. Comme ça nous a perdu glou nous a perdu toute glou à nous dans ces live nous. Et ni grand monde qui ça dit, les regarder live yo ni en commune yo. la rivière a tenu gros bassin fond. Et à présent, c'est un teasing glou qui a descendu avec ces wash tout seul qui est la rivière. Qui ça qui a fait glou? Nous avons perdu glou nous en d'autres manières. Comme ça, nous pouvons faire un effort pour nous faire certain que nous toujours ni glou en Dominique. Nous toujours ni glou pour nous jouer avec pour les enfants qui peuvent faire génération qui peuvent venir pour eux, ça injouer glou aussi.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson Luce. Ni un bon week-end. Au revoir.
Superfoods don't just come from your supermarket's produce aisle. In fact, those chocolate candy bars right next to the gummy bears now qualify. Stay tuned to find out how.
DOWASCO recognizes that clean water is vital to healthy living. Therefore, it spares no effort in providing a clean, safe, and reliable system. Help keep our rivers safe and clean. Do not cut trees along the river banks and do not pollute with garbage, human or animal feces, and chemicals. Think water, think life.
Study after study proves that dark chocolate, sweet, rich, and delicious, is good for more than curing a broken heart. Packed with healthy chemicals like flavonoids and theobromine, chocolate bars are a disease-killing bullet. Natural stimulants in chocolate produce a boost in both physical and brain energy, primarily from caffeine and theobromine. Clinical studies have shown synergistic effects on cognition and mood, which incidentally translated into improved blood pressure. Cocoa flavonoids could be used to treat problems with vascular impairment, including dementia and strokes. Other compounds in chocolate, such as antioxidants and those found in dark chocolate, are also inflammation fighters. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. On behalf of the GIS News production team, I'm Tasia Floissac. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful weekend.